Very good morning, students. Yes, as we have started with the 9th standard science, especially the chemistry chapter, that is matter around us pure? So in this we already started with the discussion of separation of the mixtures, because mixture is having different types of the constituents. The constituents may be in the form of solid, liquid or gas. So depending upon the nature of the constituent, we are using the different methods to separate the mixtures. So in our previous video we have discussed that we have started the discussion with a separation of a mixture of a solid and a liquid. Right? How to separate the solid and liquid. In that many methods comes, like it may be crystallization, evaporation, centrifugation, distillation. Okay, remember all this. It may be the filtration, right? Chromatography, like this so many methods comes. In that, in our previous video we discussed two types, that is one filtration and the centrifugation. Right, students? So with the help of filter paper we are separating the solid from the liquid called filtration. And what more, centrifugation? With the help of the centrifuge, with a high speed we are separating the solid from the liquid, so we are going to call it as centrifugation. So in today's class, few more methods we will discuss. So today we will begin with the third method, that is separation by evaporation. Separation by evaporation. So as you know, students, the meaning of the evaporation, you are going to take, for example, let us take one simple example like a salt solution. Salt solution, a very simple and best example. So you are going to take one container, one beaker, container, whatever you say. In this you are going to take your salt solution. Correct? And you are going to provide the heat. You are going to provide the heat to that beaker or the container. What happens, as we know that the solvent, sorry, nothing but the water is one of the volatile and salt is non-volatile. In our previous classes we have discussed the meaning of volatile and non-volatile. So the solvent is a volatile, so which helps us to separate the salt from the water. Nothing but it is called as the salt solution. So what you are doing? You are going to heat it. When you heat, the water present in this solution will start evaporating. Correct? So when it will evaporate, you are going to get the salt in the container. Right? So this is the method called as evaporation. So students, in the evaporation method, the solvent should be a volatile, then this mixture we can take it for evaporation method. So not only in the small scale, only evaporating water, salt, sugar you are getting, not only that, in the larger scale, in a huge quantity also, we can use this evaporation method. So where they are using this process to obtain the common salt from the sea water. In the large scale, in the huge quantity, they are using this evaporation method to take out the common salt from the sea water that we can find. One more example we will discuss for this evaporation, students. Yes. For this, you are going to take one beaker. Okay? You are going to fill the beaker with the water. The beaker is filled with the water. So after filling the beaker with the water, what you are going to do? On the beaker, you are going to keep one watch glass. one watch glass you are going to keep, students. In the watch glass, what you are going to take? You are going to take the ink. You have taken the ink in the watch glass. So in the beaker you took the water. So this is the beaker. This is watch glass. In the watch glass you took the ink. Now what you are going to do? You are going to take one stand. Okay. You have kept this beaker on the stand. Now you are going to provide temperature. Right, students? You are going to provide temperature to the water. Directly we cannot heat the ink. So we are going to take the water. This is the water, and on that you have kept the watch glass. In that you took the ink. Now what you are going to do? You are going to provide the ink. Think, students, what happens now? As the water will start boiling, here we ink. What is this ink? Is it a pure substance or mixture, students? It is a mixture. Why it is a mixture? Because it is having the combination of dye, red, black, whatever color they are using to make that ink. So that is called as the dye, and water. So dye plus water. So it is a mixture. Two things are there. Now you want to separate the water and the dye. What you have done? You have arranged all this. Now you are going to evaporate this water which is present in this dye. Right? So as the water evaporates from this ink, what is remaining in the watch glass, students? The dye, the color is remaining in the watch glass. So to separate the dyes, to separate the colors from the water, this method is used. So not only in a small scale, in a large scale also this method can be used to separate the dyes, nothing but the colors, from the water. So this is a method called as evaporation. Okay, evaporate. The one substance, the solvent should be a volatile. So as you provide the heat, it will start vaporizing, and you are going to get the solid in the container, watch glass, beaker, whatever you have taken, in that it will be remaining. Hope you are understanding. Taking down the diagram. Okay. Students, let us discuss one more method for separation of a mixture of solid and a liquid. Now let us take the method called as crystallization. Okay. So shall we start with one example? Yes. Let us take the example of a copper sulfate. Copper sulfate. Now this copper sulfate is impure. This is a impure copper sulfate. You want to make it into pure form. Pure copper sulfate you want to get. What you are going to do, students? The same method, almost evaporation and crystallization resembles, but there is a difference. Okay? Oh, fine. So same, take one beaker, fill the beaker with the water, right? Take one watch glass, in the watch glass, what you are going to take now? In the previous method evaporation, you took the ink. Now you are going to take the copper sulfate solution. Sorry. Impure copper sulfate you are going to take. After taking impure copper sulfate, you are going to add water to this watch glass only. Means you have prepared impure copper which is filled with the water, and here same process, you are going to take one stand. On the stand you have kept this beaker, and from here you are going to provide the heat. See, few substances directly we can't heat, so we are going to take the water, on that we are going to keep, and this is the method called as water bath. This is the method, we are going to call it as the water bath. So, you are providing the heat to the water. As it will start, here what happened, whatever, one second students. Yes, okay, you have prepared the water bath and all. So first time what we will do, that impure copper sulfate is there, no? Adding with the water, one time first we will do the filtration. First time we will do the filtration adding with the water, so that whatever the impurities are there, that can be filtered. You know what is the filtration, how we are going to do with the help of filter paper. So impurities are removed, and that solution, still it is an impure copper sulfate solution that you have taken in the watch class. Now provide the heat, students. What happens? Whatever the remaining water is there in this, it will get evaporate. And what you are going to get in this watch glass? The pure copper sulfate crystals. Pure copper sulfate crystals, we are going to get it in the beaker, and this is a method called as crystallization. Right, students? So in the evaporation, what happens? Same process we did. Water is evaporated, you got the salt, sugar and all. But what happens? What is the difference between these two means? Here the pure, all impurities you can remove, and the pure form we can get it in the crystallization, which we cannot get in the evaporation. So that is the difference we can say between evaporation and the crystallization. So soluble impurities, the soluble impurities will not get removed in the evaporation, but they also will get removed in the crystallization process. Hope you are understanding, students. Take down the definition of crystallization. The process of cooling a hot concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. Okay. So let me repeat once again. You are having the impure copper sulfate, okay, which you have made to dissolve in the water. First time you did the filtration, then that solution will undergo the evaporation. Nothing but by the evaporation you are getting the crystals, pure form of the crystals of copper sulfate in the watch glass. So we are going to call this method as the crystallization process. Right, students? Fine. Take down the today's home assignment. First question. What is evaporation? Second one. What is crystallization? What is crystallization? Right, students? So remaining methods we'll discuss in our next classes. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day.